Hey, this is Noah's deck that he made out of his sealed stuff that he opened just. Talk to me.
Talk to you?
Yeah.
I'll talk you through the deck.
Yeah, baby.
Okay, so we're in American colours, guys.
Oh.
We went American. We had an okay green. Our black was a little bit weak, but we had some awesome Strive stuff. So we've gone for an American Strive. The Americans are striving to win. And as you can see, I mean, these are all the... Shut up. You can see here, these are our one-drops, guys. I had to split them up because they were so big. A lot of these are Strive cards, but we'll go through them now. So we start off with our creatures. We've got two Satyr Hoplites up here, which is amazing in a Strive deck. A 1/1 for 1 with the heroic ability of getting a counter when you Strive onto it is absolutely fantastic.
I'm shaking in my boots.
You should be. Two Magma Sprays, really nice removal.
That is actually really good.
That's actually really good. Two Magma Sprays, fantastic removal. It's just simple, 2 damage, instant speed, amazing. Rouse the Mob, which is just great for Strive, giving creatures +2 in Trample. I think it's 1 red for the first activation, and then further 2 and 1 red. I think for the
one and one red.
Is it 1 and 1
red?
red?
No, it's 2 and 1 red.
2 and 1 red, yeah. And then Blinding Flare as well, another Strive card, which is a 1 and 1 red extra for Strives. You can make target creatures not be able to block, so it's good on the offensive because you can actually target your own creatures with this if you're attacking that turn, or you can stop them from being able to block. In blue, we have 2 aerial formations, one of the best finishes in the format. Gives creatures +1 and +1/1 and flying, and again that is 1 and then 2 and 1 blue. Launch the Fleet is one of the big finishes in this deck. Gives us some awesome board presence. 1 white, which means when creatures attack, you also get a 1/1 white soldier token attacking with you as well. And that's also just 1 colourless to activate again for Strive, so that's amazing. And a Johnny's Presence, our last in our Strive cards, is a 1 white and then 2 and 1 white to give creatures +1/+1 and indestructible until the end of turn.
That's so good.
So there's a lot of Strive stuff in this. We've also got, as our 2-drops, we've got Mogus Warhound, which is just a really good creature. Has to attack each turn, but it's a 2/2 for 2, and then you can also bestow it, I think, for 4 or 3, I can't remember which one. Sigiled Starfish is just amazing. Scry Machine himself, and you know, you can block for days if you need him to. Really good card for just 2 mana. Aegis of the Gods is there because it's a 2/1 for 2, and it has the utility of giving me hexproof, which is fine. Going into our 3-drops, a Crone Linebreaker has Heroic, and I think he gives himself, I think it's 2/0 and, let's have a look here, 2/0 and Intimidate until the end of turn.
That's pretty good.
So he's actually really nice.
Intimidate's really good.
Intimidate's actually quite a big theme in this deck. We've got Banishing Light, just straight up great removal. And then we move on, as we said, to our Intimidates. We've got our 4-drops here. We've got 3 Blade Tusk Balls up here. 3 Blade Tusk Balls. I'll put a picture on screen if you can't see that. These guys are 3/2 Intimidate, and I know for a fact I'm not going to be playing a red deck, so that's going to be a really big thing for me. Leonin Iconoclast as one of our 4-drops here in white, 3 and 1 white. Has the heroic ability of being able to destroy enchantments or artifacts when he's targeted.
Pretty good.
Which is going to be really good.
Good in Nyx.
Very good in Nyx, with most of the dangerous creatures, or at least a lot of them, being enchantments. A Chrome Mastiff is just a tap engine. He's a 2/2 for 4, but also has the ability to pay 1 and tap himself to tap down a creature. Yeah. Stormchase Chimera is quite an interesting card in this, actually. He goes in the Is It colours, 2 and 1 blue, 1 red for a 2/3 flyer. And you can pay his casting cost again to scry 1, reveal the top card of your library, and he gets +X0 until the end of turn, where X is that card's converted mana cost. So he's really nice. Just for a beater in the air, he's good. You're always going to play flyers, evasion being one of the things that you want to see. And finally, before we go into our land, we have 2 copies of Flurry of Horns, and that's why we've got our Minotaur tokens down here. Basically for 5 mana, 4 and 1 red, you get 2/3 red Minotaur creature tokens with haste onto the battlefield. So basically 4/6 power, hasting, but over 2 separate creatures. So that's, you know, if the card was a 4/6 creature for 5 mana with haste, it'd be played, and it's played because it splits things up. In our land, we have 1 copy of Temple of Epiphany. Just nice. It was good to actually get that and have some good blue cards, because obviously we can use this for our blue source. In our mountains, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mountains, being the most prevalent colour of the deck. We have, I believe it's 4 islands, but obviously we've got the blue source with the Temple of Epiphany as well. And heading over to our whites, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plains. So there we go, guys. That is the deck I'm running. We are going American colours with Strive, and It's going to be tough knowing Alex's pool. It's going to be really tough. So let's go ahead and look at Alex's deck and see what I'll be facing in the game. Hello guys, and welcome to our second part of this video in which we're going to look at Alex's deck. We've seen mine, but what's it going to be facing?
Well, Noah's deck's very synergistic. Mine is just, I got some good pulls and I've built around them. So let's go from the start. We've got 3 Farrak's Chosen, a 1/1 for 1 with Death Touch.
Do you know what? I'm really scared of that.
In limited, a 1/1 for 1 with Death Touch is really good. In M15, you've got Typhoid Rats, which is really good. Well, any format, this is always a good pick because it puts off anyone from anything.
Yeah.
Renowned Weaver, I was a bit light on creatures in the colours that I'd chosen, so I pretty much had to just skim the very best. Renowned Weaver is pretty good. It gets better if you sacrifice it and you get a 1/3 spider.
Yep.
It's pretty good utility, and there's a couple of things you can do with it, so that's why that's in there. 3 copies of Oppressive Rays. This is a great card for just locking them down. It doesn't remove the creature outright, but it does slow down your opponent's game quite a lot. They're going to have to pay 3 precious mana. 3's a very good number, I think.
Yeah, and with obviously you've not got that many creatures.
No.
That's going to stall the game out to allow you to get them out.
Yeah. So on my 2 drops, we've got 2 Araska Swiftclaws, a 3/1 for 2.
That's good.
Which is just good. It's a good beater. If it dies straight away, or it's a 2-drop, I'm not too bothered about it. An Aegis of the Gods, much for the same reason as Noah put his in. It's a 2/1 for 1 for 2, and it gives me hexproof, so why not? A Sated Grove Dancer, which is mostly for its enter the battlefield effect. It gives something +1/+1. Blood Crazed Hoplite, which its heroic ability, whenever you cast a spell which targets it, put a +1/+1 on it. I've got quite a few auras in here, so that could potentially become a thing.
And you also get to remove the counters from other things.
That's true.
Which is good against me with Strive.
My first aura that will come across is Cast into Darkness. Enchant creature gets -2, and can't block. I'm probably not going to put that on my Blood Crazed Hoplite, but
no.
There it is. So my first big bomber is Master of the Feast.
Man.
A 5/5 flyer for 3. Your opponent draws a card on your draw step, basically. And but I'm kind of scared about the amount of instants that he's probably going to draw into, but it's worth a punt. It's just a really good card. It's good in standard, it's good in limited. 2 Aspect of Gorgon, which gives a creature 2/2 and Death Touch, which again, Death Touch is just great, especially in limited. Nyx Infusion, which is 3 mana. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2, as long as it's an enchantment, otherwise it gets -2/-2. So either or I can put it on mine to buff them if relevant, or I can put them on Noah's to fuck them up if relevant. 2 Banishing Lights. Banishing Lights just great removal.
You getting 2 of these is big. It's a really big card.
So on my 4 drops we've got 2 Swarmborn Giants, which are, just remind myself, a 6/6, which is awesome, but as soon as I take any combat damage I have to sacrifice them. So again,
you're going to be wanting swinging sideways with them as soon as possible.
Yes. Silence the Believers, which is a instant with Strive. Silence the Believers costs 2 and black more to cast for each target beyond the first. Exile any number of target creatures and all auras attached to them. So that's all bestow creatures attached to them, stuff like that. So it's good. It's a very good card. And then at the top of the curve is a Journey, Mentor of Heroes. If this comes out, it's going to help me out immensely. I'm so lucky.
I mean, the +1 ability is just ridiculous. In limited, if he's got the creatures out to do this too, but he can just put 3 counters on something if he wants to. It's distribute, so I think it is, isn't it? Yeah, among 1, 2, or 3 target creature control. So you can just put them all on one creature. Yeah. Imagine putting those in a Master Feast. Well, not what I want to see. And
then the land base, I've got 7 swamps, 5 forests, 5 plains. And
there you go. So we've got a Junk versus American.
That's right.
So guys, check out the next video. The match is going to be on the next video, so keep an eye out for that. As always, leave some comments, leave some likes, let us know what you think, and we'll see you next time.
Cheers guys.